Dear brothers of the planet Earth, I am Ashtar. Each time we are able to be here passing a small message to you is always a moment of great joy in our hearts. Everything is happening as planned, but for some nothing changes, nothing has changed, everything is as it has always been. So let it be, that those who don't want to see, remain without seeing, those whose hearts are open, can see. And when I say see, I am not referring to the earthly vision, the physical vision, it is a vision of the heart. It is a vision that comes from deep within, in which each event is understood as part of the process. Nothing is isolated, nothing is meaningless or happening without reason, everything has a reason. But of course humanity doesn't want to see this, it prefers to continue believing in everything it has seen until today, because it is already known, it is already known. So there is nothing to be surprised about anymore. No? There is no more? I would say that there is still a lot. Much that has always happened on the surface of your planet, has never been shown or told. And today nothing is hidden anymore, everything is coming to light, and the feeling is that everything is only getting worse, that terrible things have started to happen. Once again we will tell you that they have not started to happen, they have always happened. Only today, they are open, exposed, and everyone can see how far evil can go, how far evil has come, and much more is to come. The great truths have not yet appeared, but things must happen gradually, so that the impact will not be so great. My brothers and sisters, the masks have fallen, the cloaks have been removed, nothing is hidden anymore, nothing can be kept away from the truth. So learn to look at everything, not as a new thing, not as a new event, or as something bizarre created at this moment. I can assure you that the more bizarre it is, the older it is. The more you are shocked, the more it has always happened and you never realized it. So be ready to every day, every moment, to be confronted with the truths, with all that was hidden, with all that could not be said because it would bring the revolt, it would bring the contestation, it would bring the questioning. And they never wanted this, because if you start to contest and question, they lose strength. So a lot of things happened, but you never knew about it, and today you start to know about it. And then you start to wonder, how come I never saw this? How come this always happened and I never saw it? That's right, because it was all very well hidden. So get ready for more and more acts and facts, more and more bizarre and horrifying, because the ugly side has not yet appeared. You know one side, and apparently for all mankind it has been very well accepted, the vices, the totally modified food, the modified water, the polluted air. But you got used to it, and you don't care anymore. Now there is a very, very grotesque underworld that is being discovered. And of course this is the role of the light, to open up this underworld, to effectively show you, all that has really always been done to you. There was never any goodness, there was always manipulation and enslavement, dependency, disease. So don't start feeling horror or disgust just yet, because much worse is yet to come. Now it is important in all that is happening, that there is no judgment. Ah, but that's too much to ask me not to judge. So I tell you that this is the biggest foundation of this whole process, it's looking without judging, just looking, just having the knowledge, just accepting that somehow, you have colluded with all of this. How? With your lack of attention, with your disregard, with your neglect. For when something like this would happen and you would say, no. This is impossible. Yes, everyone has their share of collusion, no one is exempt from it. We always like to repeat this here, evil knocks at the door, it opens who it wants. It doesn't invade, it enters, but if you allow it, if you vibrate in the same range as it, if you agree with its thoughts. So there is collusion, there was the way to keep everything going without question. So don't be shocked, don't be frightened, don't be disgusted, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. The base is much more rotten. And the base is made up of many people that you worship, you love, you idolize, in every sector of the planet today. People you fight with, you make enemies with, just to defend them. And you will have many surprises, because by the time the rottenness comes out, they will come together, and you will know exactly what role each one played, what each one had to do, and agree to stay in stardom, to stay at the top, to stay in power. Everything has a price, and they have paid theirs, and they are rotten beyond belief. The rottenness has enveloped them beyond belief, but they are there smiling, showing the beauty, the fame, the power, and many envy them. You will be surprised. So right now you need to clothe your heart in unconditional love, in non-judgment. Even if you are aware of the most disgusting and horrifying fact. I would say that your soul, at some point in its journey, may have done something very similar or worse. So how are you going to judge? But don't you know what your soul has done? Then all the more reason not to judge, because if you judge and your soul has already committed something similar, it becomes more powerful for your soul. It will need more time to eliminate that, because you are feeding it, judging a brother. No, isn't he your brother? Unfortunately I will tell you that he is, because you all have the same father, you are all children of the same creation, of the same love. So everyone in the universe is a brother. So the first step in this sea of horrifying truths, which are appearing and which will yet appear, the great achievement is not to judge, not to criticize. And if possible, the moment you see it, ask forgiveness if you have done the same thing. It costs you nothing, if you haven't done it, it will be good for you in some way, and if you have done it, that burden begins to lessen. So look at the bizarre and disgusting facts and ask for forgiveness. If you have done something like that or similar or worse. This walk will help you, more and more, to look at everything without judgment, without criticism, understanding that at some time your soul may have done the same or worse. Remember, you have been here a long time. The recent souls on this planet are few, in relation to the earthly souls. So how long has your soul been here? In the golden days, what did your soul do? Were they all beautiful and totally focused on love? I tell you, no, very few souls today have ever been on the side of the non-light, and have never committed acts that you are ashamed of today. So learn to ask for forgiveness and not to judge, not to criticize. And be ready, and try not to turn your stomachs too much, because there are many things to come. Things that will really make your stomach turn and you can't take it. But it is necessary for all of this to come to the surface. It is necessary for you to learn to never again let yourself be taken in by that knock on the door, to never again let yourself be taken in by the ephemeral pleasures and vices that have done so much harm to your souls. It is necessary, and each of you will live it. And I will add by saying that even those of you who are no longer in the physical body are seeing everything too, because it is part of the training for the fifth dimension. So be strong, be brave, but most of all, don't wear the toga of a judge, be human, like those you will see who have done so many bizarre things, just be human. Don't judge or criticize, the path is one of forgiveness. And always ask for forgiveness, but with love in your heart. Forgiveness in the mind is of no use, it has to be a sincere and deep forgiveness, from the heart. Then you will learn and be able to look at everything without feeling anything, because you have already learned not to judge anything or anyone. Channel, Vania Rodriguez.